So as you were talking, it immediately hit me. I'm going to do a little plug here. This would be an amazing book for a manager to buy for each of her or his team members and do exactly what you said. Pick out a chapter. We can talk about it. Almost turn it into a little book club because it benefits everyone. It's interesting. It benefits everybody and everybody differently.
Yes.
Based on where they are in their career, based on where they are in season of life, and possible stressors in their life. They can really use it in so many different ways. So do you have any other particular recommendations on how this book might be helpful, or any other particular situation that you find that this book might also plug into really easily?
Yeah, it's always uncomfortable for an author to talk about, ways you can use the book. But, I will give you some anecdotes because I've just been overwhelmed and humbled by all the different ways that people are telling me that they find value in the book, but how they're using it. So thank you for bringing that up, and I'll kind of go down that path a bit. So this coming Tuesday and the following Tuesday, I'm going to be traveling to Samford University, where I'm on the board of the business school, and plug for Samford University, where my son went to school. But I get to talk to students in the business school, and I plan to give every single one of them a copy of the book and talk about thoughtful leadership. So investing in students and young professionals and putting the book in their hand is something that I'm very committed to doing, to the conversation we just had a minute ago. Two other ways, and you mentioned one of them, that I'm starting to hear a lot of anecdotal evidence about how people are using it, is it's becoming very popular as a book of the month selection. Leaders are buying it. They're getting coffee and learns and lunch and learns where they talk about the book, and I'm so grateful for that. And I've got dozens of examples of that. The other thing that's been very intriguing, and this was the same thing that happened with my 2021 book, Essential Wisdom for Leaders of Every Generation. This book is being purchased by the case, and leaders are buying it for all the people leaders and aspiring leaders and high potentials in their organization, and doing what you just said. They're giving it to them. They're saying, this is an investment in you. Hey, next time I see you, I want to hear, what you're learning. I want to have a one-on-one and talk about, what you've picked up from the book. So I think the Book of the Month Club, I think buying it in bulk and sharing it with your colleagues, and then giving the book. Maybe you're listening to this and you've got access to students or young professionals, and you want to do a very noble thing. Maybe give the copy of the book to them and just say, here's an investment in you, and I hope this helps you. All kinds of ways that people are using the book. But I'll tell you what my favorite is. And it's the one that we talked about earlier with the stressed out leader that you talked about. It's that one person in your circle that really wants to grow, needs to grow. They may be struggling. And the book is given as a gift, but you're also offering your time to go with them on the journey. Hey, I read this book, or I like this book. I want you to read it. Let's get together next week, have a cup of coffee, and talk more about it. I love when leaders embrace the coaching side of their leadership. I think all leaders should.